Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from the Habitat Studios.
So it was during this monsoons, yaar, and you know how it rains in Mumbai? Like 24/7 for like 365 days in a month. So it was one of those rainy sessions, and it had been raining endlessly for a week. And I had a bit of a cold, and my nostrils, my head was all blocked. And I did what any Indian would do in that time: make a masala chai. So I made some tea for myself, and I sat down with the teacup, staring out, watching the little drops fall down from the windowsill. Tip, 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 tip. The tea was warm, nice. It smelled of cinnamon and cardamom or ilachi, dalchini, and long. All those things I'd put them. I took the first sip. It was rather yummy. But I heard a voice in that moment. This is for you. I looked around, yeah, and there was nobody over there. So I thought maybe, this voice is coming from outside somewhere. And I took another sip. Again, I heard the same voice. This is for you. ये तुम्हारे लिए. And to my utter astonishment, it was a teacup talking to me. Yeah. I couldn't believe it for a second, over there. But then it struck me what the teacup was saying was true. The tea was for me. The teacup was holding on to the tea just for me. And in that moment, I realized how selfless that teacup is. That it is holding on to something which is of no use to it, but for somebody else. And I realized that if a teacup can be so selfless, we are human beings. And with this lesson, suddenly a wave of gratitude passed through every cell in my body, and the tea became a little more tasty. And our conversations kept flowing. So I was having another sip, and the teacup started telling me, all the glasses tease me. I was like, why do they tease you? I was like, they call me asymmetrical. And I realized, the teacup had a bit of a handle around it, so that my finger, voila, can slip right through it and I can have tea without getting my fingers hurt. And I thought to myself, so many times, that maybe we can also grow a little handle around ourselves, so that, if I may say, the others can handle us more easily. And what we have to give them can be taken by them without being hurt. And all this learning and wisdom was certainly making the tea more tasty and filling me with a lot of gratitude. I took another sip, and the teacup said, you must be thinking I'm boring. I was like, why would I think you're boring? Like, no, I have these smooth, rounded off, sobered edges. But what did you want? I wanted something like mountains and valleys, like sharp and spunky. But that would have cut your lips. So I couldn't do it. And in that moment, I felt so guilty. Guilty of all those instances and occasions when I was trying to help people. But my words were harsh, rude, sharp. I could have toned them down, sobered down the rough edges, so that whatever I had to give to people, they were able to take. And my words wouldn't have hurt them. And with that big feeling of warmth and gratitude and learning and wisdom and knowledge, I finished my tea. It was perhaps the best tea ever. And then what I did was what most Indians do when they have a cold. I brought the teacup to my face. It felt nice and warm, and my nostrils started opening up, and even the sinuses were unblocking. The teacup was empty, but It had so much warmth that it was giving it to me. And in that moment, it struck me that there are so many times that we humans think that we are empty and there's nothing inside us, that we don't have anything to give. But I'm telling you, if in that moment a teacup can give something, a teacup can give warmth, you, my friend, are a human being. Just imagine the possibilities. Be a teacup.